Shelter, it's one of our most basic needs. Yet thousands of families in the Bay Area do not have a place to call home, and many more families are in danger of becoming homeless. Sometimes the only difference between living on the streets and shelter from the cold is the kind of support provided by the Housing Industry Foundation. Founded in 1989, the Housing Industry Foundation, or HIF, is a nonprofit charity supported by apartment owners, builders, real estate brokers and agents, mortgage brokers, accountants, attorneys, insurance companies, and other related industry businesses. The mission of the Housing Industry Foundation is to help people avoid becoming homeless, to give others a chance for a brighter future. Her dream was to become a nurse, but Thomasina could not pay both rent and tuition. Then she met Rosie Stadt of Catholic Charities, who put her in touch with HIF.
Well, when I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter, I was working for a company in Los Altos full-time, but I was making like $10 an hour, which was fine for me. But as soon as I knew I'd have another mouth to feed, it would have been like really a struggle. So I've always wanted to go to school and be a nurse, but I never had the opportunity, or I could never afford it. I was taking classes, and most people you go on a waiting list for like 1 or 2 years. So I didn't expect to be accepted this semester because I just automatically assumed I'd be put on a waiting list. But there was 4 people that applied this year that got in to the nursing program, and I was just lucky enough to be one of the 4, and I was really happy about that because that can accelerate me even faster in achieving my goals and being able to, move on and raise my daughter in more of a comfortable, lifestyle, as opposed to have to struggle and, worry about where the next meal is going to come from or whatever. So the Housing Industry Foundation helped me by paying 2 months' rent, which enabled me to spend my money on my books and my uniforms and registration for school. And if the Housing Industry Foundation hadn't helped me out, I would have had to have spent my money on my rent, and then I couldn't have gone to school this year, and that would have been like devastating, because this is my lifelong goal, and I got accepted and everything, and then I just couldn't afford to do both.
Now, Thomasina is attending nursing school and hopes to become a pediatric RN. When Bert Avery, Rick Alhona, and Duncan Madison gathered together in Jim Morley's backyard in 1988, their goal was to share some of their success by finding a way to give something back to the community. Today, the Housing Industry Foundation has donated hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash and in-kind donations to help families and individuals over the years through emergency housing grants, renovation projects, and disaster response. Working together in collaboration with other agencies like the Community Services Agency in Mountain View, HIF reaches out to those who have the greatest need. Priscilla Sage, co-manager of Emergency Assistance at Community Services Agency, explains how HIF helped one family stay in their home.
They used to live in one single bedroom apartment. 2 families were living there. So the manager found out that was too many people living on one bedroom apartment. So the manager gave them a 30-day notice to quit or to move on a bigger apartment. She was able to pay the rent, but at that time she didn't have money to pay the rent and the deposit. So she was really preoccupied because she has 4 children, and she knows that if she doesn't find that money, she will be on the streets with the 4 children. So we have a program that we send an application to Housing Industry Foundation, and we request the money to pay the deposit for them, and they approve it. So it was really a great need for that family, because they are a working family. Both of them work, but they to get the rent and the deposit, it was really hard thing to do because they are low-income family, working family. So it was really great that Housing Industry Foundation approved this application, and they are now living on a 2-bedroom apartment, and they're very, very happy.
In addition to emergency assistance, HIF provides volunteer manpower by donating time and services as well as funds for renovation projects at local shelters, and for nonprofit housing providers. HIF undertook one of the biggest rehab projects in its history with the conversion of a locked mental ward into the Clara Mateo Community Shelter at the VA Hospital in Menlo Park.
We've got about 50 volunteers here today, and we're very excited. It's the finishing touches on the project. It's the biggest undertaking we've ever done, and we're very excited about the completion of it and the opportunity to have people move in.
When people need help, the Housing Industry Foundation is there to provide support and assistance in the fight against homelessness. Georgia found out she was about to lose her house to foreclosure. She was shocked. She did not know where to turn.
It was devastating. I have lived in this home for 20-some odd years, 25 years, and I was just devastated to find out that this, would actually happen. And it was about to, happen.
Bayshore Community Resource Center provided the link to HIF, and Georgia was able to receive emergency funds to keep her home.
It was just a relief to know that, there was something out there reaching out to help me. And when I finally, got the call from Keely, her office here, that they had got the money, the funds to take care of it, then I just felt this great relief, that came over me, and I was just overwhelmed with joy, and still is.
I can't begin to tell you the relief. We were at the wire. We were at the very wire with this one. We had gone as far as we could go. It was near foreclosure. It was just about time for it to be sold when the monies came through, and it was a tremendous relief. When Debbie called me and told me that she had pulled her board and that they agreed to pay it, I was in tears. We were very happy. Bayshore Community Resource Center is really, really blessed to have someone like the Housing Industry Foundation who can step forward and help in cases like Georgia's and many others. Hers is just one story, just one of many, many, many stories of people who are helped by Housing Industry Foundation, whether it's to save a home or to save a rental unit or to get a deposit to move into a rental unit where people are homeless and are coming out of the streets and into their own homes for the first time in a long time. There is so much need and so little to spread around that anything that anyone can do to help this agency or to help the housing industry to help us, then we can try to address the onslaught that is coming.
What can you do to help? Your donation or participation in HIF projects and programs helps others help themselves. A positive outlook.
So thanks to the Housing Industry Foundation, it enabled me to go to school by paying my rent for 2 months, which I really appreciate.
A better future.
Because of the people who helped us, we have a new home and we're very happy living there. So I just don't have words to explain how happy I feel.
A place to call home.
There is hope, just finding the right people like Keely and the organization that was that worked with her. They was wonderful, and I owe it, to them, and I thank them. Thank you very much.
The Housing Industry Foundation. Building a brighter tomorrow.